Hello, everybody, and welcome into Expedition to Soul. I'm just checking all my tech situation. I think we look pretty good. I am live right now, every which place there is available to me. So I hope that this is reaching out where it needs to go over on Facebook and YouTube also. So let's get right to it. Welcome in. I'm Sarah. I'm the founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and we have been bringing all kinds of magical goodness online since 2016. We have had thousands of students run through our programs, and this is our 7th run through of Expedition to Soul, and I'm so very excited to share it with all of you. All right, those of you who are familiar with us here at the Sisters Enchanted, who are not new here, you can tell that I am not in my home base right now, and this is why things look a little bit different. I'm sitting outside on a on a sun porch, and it's very cold. There's snow on the ground and it's freezing. And so I'm trying to keep warm out here. All right, well, so welcome in. We are going to talk a little bit about what Expedition to Soul is. This is our day 1, some housekeeping. And we're going to talk about reclaiming our energy today. So before we officially begin with that, as I said, I'm Sarah. I am the founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and I am a mom of 2 little kids. I have my master's in education, and I have been doing all things magical and witchy for the last 20 years. And I love, love, love bringing all of this to you online. Here at the Sisters Enchanted, you're also going to see frequently my sister Anna. She's my real life sister. She is also a teacher here. She is sort of the head of teachers and students and all of our classes that get delivered and whatnot. So you're going to hear from Anna a lot in the Facebook group for Expedition to Soul. If you're not in there and you want to come join it, be sure to do that. And everybody in our programs hears from Anna all the time as well. And I think that she might be in the comments, but I'm not able to see everybody's name in the comments right now because of the way I have everything set up. You'll also hear from Jen. She's our community support person. She is in the Expedition to Soul Facebook group. She's often in the comments of these live streams. We also have Christina, who is our behind the scenes team assistant. She is always in the comments as well. And then Megan, she is my other sister, and she is in our inbox. If you ever email in for anything, you'll get Megan. And we also have some guest teachers. We have some people who we call magic mentors here at the Sisters Enchanted. And typically, if any of them are helping you out in the comments or answering anything for you, they'll sign their name with Team TSE for the Sisters Enchanted or a magic mentor or something like that. So you always know that somebody from the team is answering you, or somebody that we know knows what they're talking about when they sign their name for Team TSE or magic mentor in those comments. Let's see here. And I think Anna and Christina and Jen will help everybody find where they are going. Often it just takes a minute for the pages to load all the videos and whatnot. All right, that's who we are. Here at the Sisters Enchanted, we have one overarching guideline for all of our new community members here. We do have several thousand new community members joining us for this round of Expedition to Soul. And our one sort of overarching guideline is to lead with kindness at all times. So in the comments of threads, if you're in the Facebook group, the Expedition to Soul group, wherever you might meet your fellow community members, remember that when we are online, we don't have tone of voice, we don't have body language, we don't have facial expressions, and all of the nuances that help us to communicate in person, we don't have any of that online. It goes right out the door. And it's very, very easy, as you all know, to get into heated internet arguments, of which we won't have any part of. So lead with kindness, and just remember that, you might I live in Connecticut, and other people might be across the world or in another state and have 5 kids and had a hard day today, and you don't know one thing that they've been through. So let's lead with kindness whenever we're communicating here in our online space. That's our one sort of overarching guideline, and we do protect it very fiercely that guideline. The other thing, if you do need any tech support during this time, be sure to respond to any of our emails or just send an email to magic@thesistersenchanted.com or tag an admin if you're in the Facebook group. That's the best way to reach us. Because just of the volume of students, we aren't able to get to private messages through our Facebook Messenger, places like that. So email is the best, or if you're in the Facebook group, go ahead and tag us. Oh, great. So that's all of the admin sort of stuff, housekeeping, and welcome in officially for day 1 of Expedition to Soul. Now the email went out this morning. If you don't see it in your inbox, be sure to check your spam or your junk folder by searching the Sisters Enchanted, and you'll find the links to the class page and all the information that you need there. Now, one of the things that we do, if you went through your map exercises, your field guide, if you didn't, that's totally fine. There is no behind in Expedition to Soul. You are where you are. Many people do this. This is our 7th round, and we have people who have done this all 7 times. It's a very popular free program, and it's something you can come back to again and again and again, and it will change for you each time that you do it. Something different will come up for you. You'll explore something new. So one of the invitations that I give you in the field guide and in all the beginning information is to possibly think about what you might be looking for, what an intention might be, where you might think you might be going on this adventure. And for some of you, though, I think that the adventure is just in figuring out what that is. I have sort of a pet peeve with people, not a pet peeve, but let me go back and say this again. Many of us are searching for our soul's purpose, our life purpose, right? What it is that we're meant to be doing. And I think that typically the way to figure that out is to try and do lots of different things, is to try and fail at lots of things, explore different things, because sitting around and trying to just let it land on us doesn't always really help us, doesn't always get us anywhere, right? And I think the act of exploration can actually open the door to what that might be. So for you, maybe you have something very clearly you want to explore during this time. Maybe you want to think about your creativity or an intuitive sort of insight you've been having lately, or a next move, a next step on your path forward, whatever that might be for you. And maybe you know very clearly, this is what I kind of want to think about during this next 7 days, this experience. And for some of you, you might just be thinking, I have no idea. I'm barely surviving this year. And I just am here. I'm just here to see what happens. And that's okay too. I often think that by the end of the 7 days, something unexpected will pop up for you, whether it's something small, like you just realize, oh my goodness, I really couldn't set aside the time. And what I've learned here is that I'm terrible at creating boundaries around time for myself. That might be what you get out of the 7 days, versus you might have like a whole big aha that changes your entire life. And anywhere on this spectrum of being, you can land over the next 7 days. So if you're not sure why you're here, what it is you want to figure out, that's totally okay. I do think that there is actually a lot of space in that to just stumble upon what comes up for you, whatever needs to be stumbled upon. I think the best things are often stumbled upon, right? You're on a road trip and you find this restaurant you never would have found had you not pulled over on the side of the road to make this phone call or something. We stumble upon really cool things. And that's what I want for you here. I want you to stumble upon something that maybe you hadn't stumbled upon ever, or you wouldn't have had you not signed up for this, right? So you can state your intention, what it is that you want to gain from this. You might have a clear path forward. You might just be here to see where the road takes you. Now, another thing that you will see, especially if you join the Facebook group for this program, the Expedition to Soul Facebook group, you're going to see lots of people sharing different things, whether it's tarot card spreads, oracle cards, maps, drawings, their meditations. People will share. And if you see that and you think, well, I can't do that, that's not working for me, I'm no good at this, I'm obviously doing something wrong. Remember that we're all at different places, we're all at different stages and phases, and you are doing absolutely nothing wrong. You know, there are times when I sit down to pull some cards or do a meditation or just be, and because of whatever's happening around me in my life, it's not super successful. You know, I just get up thinking, oh, I had monkey mind. I couldn't calm my mind. I couldn't think of anything to write. I looked at the cards and I couldn't think of anything. And that's totally okay. You're not doing anything wrong. We are all just at different ages and stages, different phases, different places, and we're all bringing different things with us. So don't feel like I'm doing something wrong. This isn't for me. Sharing and just talking with us, that's a great place to be here in Expedition to Soul, right? Another thing I want to point out, you will see on one of the days, it might be day 2, might be tomorrow. You've done this 7 times. You think I would have it memorized. I will give you a card spread that you're invited to do. If you don't have tarot cards or you don't have oracle cards, that is completely okay. You don't need to run out and buy them. You can use them simply as journal prompts or things to think about, and then go on a walk, take a shower, clean your house. Just let it sit with you. You don't have to use cards, and you don't have to use the card spread, right? Whatever works for you is completely fine. Again, let it unfold for you and just stumble upon what you will stumble upon. All right, today, the day 1 invitation for you is to reclaim your energy. Now, if you watch the video, it's only like 6 minutes long, I think, maybe 7 minutes. It's pretty short. You can watch it on double speed if you've got that handy Chrome plugin that lets you listen to things faster. I love that thing. And so day 1 is all about reclaiming your energy. And the reason that we start with reclaiming your energy is because we all carry so much weight with us that's not really our own weight, right? Like I'm a mom of 2 little kids, so I'll carry their problems with me throughout the day, my husband's problems, or the community at the Sisters Enchanted. I hear from everybody here, and I often have many folks from our community on my mind, and I'm wondering how things are going, what's going on with them, how something turned out. You go to the grocery store, you see a confrontation. We carry all of this with us all the time. And that energy, that knowing, that connection to other people that we're carrying with us, it hinders our ability to see what it is that we need to see for us, because it's being influenced through what we're experiencing for other people. So for me in particular, I might know something deep down that I need for myself, but my ego self will walk away from it, or will shy away from it, or to get me down a different path, because I know it's inconvenient for, insert the whole list of people it would be inconvenient for here. And that's why day 1, we start with reclaiming our energy, because we want you to look at what's yours and what is everybody else's, right? And just take a moment to think, what is it that I'm hearing based on me, not based on what everybody else is bringing to this equation here, right? So that's why we do reclaiming your energy on day 1. And this is actually an exercise. If you go to the printable and the video, I give you a bunch of different examples as to how you can do this. You can do it several times a day. It's not a one and done thing. Like, you probably will need to do it a bunch of times. But there's a lot of ideas, and I want you to do this often before you sit down to think about your exercises, what it is that you might want to do. I want you to sit down and do your energy reclamation, right? And make sure that it's just your energy that you're considering. That doesn't mean we ignore everybody else in our life, but it means that we need to know what we need based on us, not based on other people, right? All right, let's see here. So I do see a bunch of questions coming in about tarot. I'll answer those real quick, and then we are going to do just together a very fast 1-minute sort of energy reclamation. And yeah, all right, I'd like to keep these live videos short for you, because you do have the recorded videos to watch also. So we've got a bunch of questions coming in about tarot. You can, of course, you can buy your own tarot deck. I do see that question over on Instagram, and that is a Romani tradition to be gifted a tarot deck. So if that is not a tradition for you, you can certainly buy your own. I bought all of my tarot decks myself. I love to tell the story. I got my first one. I was in the high school band. I played trumpet, and we were at a Disney World trip, and I was playing trumpet with the school band in Disney World. And I went into a Disney villains shop, and that's where I bought my first card deck as a teenager. And then I see some people asking about if you should pull cards, if you don't, if you're just in the very beginner stages. And yes, that's actually how I recommend learning, is by doing. I think that tarot is best learned by doing, not by just studying the cards. And this is the teacher in me. I do, like I said, I have my master's in education and was formerly a certified teacher. I suppose I still am, but I don't teach in a public school. And the teacher in me will tell you to learn by doing, not by trying to memorize the cards. So definitely diving in there, pulling them, looking at what it means for you, I think is the best way to learn and just get right to it. And if you don't have cards, like I said, you can use journal prompts. You can look online for images. There's different apps, all kinds of things. And yeah, we do teach tarot also here at Sisters Enchanted, so you can look out for that if you're totally new and you're like, hey, I want to learn this. All right, now that, and yes, I see that my teammates here, I can't tell who's who, but I think Jen, Christina, and Anna are probably all popping the links in for the various things here in the comments, at least over on Facebook. And those of you who are on Instagram or YouTube, if you want to send us an email or just reach out, we can get you a link to our free tarot journal kit also, which is a great resource to start learning tarot. All right, now that all of that is passed, let's talk about energy reclamation a little bit more. So something I want to do together, and I've been sitting on the floor, my feet are all asleep. It's so challenging doing these things when I'm away from home and trying to find a place where you can actually see me and not hear my kids and everything. I want you to take your hands and just kind of rub them together so you can start feeling your energy. For me, this is double duty because, like I said, I'm on a sun porch and it's not sunny. There's snow on the ground. It's very cold. So start feeling your energy, right? Get that energy moving. And once you've got this energy, you feel like it's moving through your body. And this is a great exercise to do no matter where you work. If you're in line at a grocery store, you can sort of do it kind of subtly. Get that energy moving. Hold your hand to your belly center. So right below your belly button, kind of hold your hands there. And when your hands are down there, that's your passion center. It's your creativity center. It's your desire center. It's all of the stuff that as we grow and we age and we get into all the responsibilities of life that we forget. We forget what it's like to really feel joyful and belly laugh. We forget what it's like on a day like today to go play in the snow, right? We forget what it's like to stay up all night doing something because we just don't want to stop doing it. And I don't mean binging Netflix. I mean something that really lights us up and gets us very excited, right? That's your passion, it's your creativity, it's your joy. And people who identify with a feminine energy, we are often really hindered in this area because we sacrifice ourselves to make other people joyful. And in turn, we lose our joy, right? So holding your hand at this passion center, this lower belly area, just really feel your body there. Feel your energy and yours alone, right? I don't want you to feel anybody else's energy right there, just yours. And you might not, if you can remember the last time that you felt truly, 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 truly joyful, I want you to think on that. The last time you belly laughed, the last time you wanted to stay up all night long. And if you can't remember that, I will say that probably 8 out of 10 women who I ask this question to can't tell me the last time they felt truly joyful. So if that's you, I promise you, you're not alone. And you are with the majority of people watching this more than likely. But I want you to imagine that belly laugh. Imagine laughing so hard. Imagine whatever creativity feels like for you. If that's doing art, if it's playing music, if it was dancing as a kid, riding your bike down the biggest hill ever and just feeling the wind and freedom and no fear that comes with being a child. Feel that, whatever that is for you. That's your energy. You can create that feeling there. Then I want you to move your hands up to your heart center. And here at your heart center, this is an unconditional love energy. I want you here to feel unconditional love for yourself and whatever it is that you're bringing with you to Expedition to Soul, whatever it is that you might want to discover, whatever it is that you're afraid of discovering, and also to trust yourself to know exactly what you're ready for and what maybe you're not ready for, to know when it's time to really dig deep and when it's time to say, you know what, I'm going to dig deep on that at a later date because I'm just not ready right now. To trust yourself, to be your own priestess, your own guiding light, your own beacon, your own, any of the metaphors I can throw at you. Be your own best friend, your own best ally during this adventure. Unconditional love for yourself. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not going to fail. You're not going to be behind because you can always do it again later. It's all good. All good here in your heart center. And then Let's bring that energy up again. Bring it up. Bring it forward and bring it out to each other. As if we're standing in a big collective circle all around the world, supporting each other. If you've ever felt like your friends and family don't understand you, they have no idea what you're talking about, or like a black sheep, or maybe you don't, maybe you've got the best community ever around you and you want to grow that community, you are supported here. You're supported here, you're seen here. We're happy to have you here. We're happy to get to know you here at the Sisters Enchanted through Expedition to Soul. And we can move this energy around through our community, through the collective, and just breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that joy resides within you, trust resides within you, right? Joy, trust, community, we are all here together. And reclaim this space, reclaim this energy for yourself so that you are open to experience all that comes up in Expedition to Soul for you. Now, if you haven't checked out the class materials, be sure to do that, because there's lots of different ways for you to start exploring your own energy, to looking at reclaiming that energy in 30 seconds flat, no matter where you are, because you want to be able to do that. When you sit down to do all of the activities throughout this week, you want to be able to say, this is what I need, not what my family needs, not what's going to make them happy. And I don't by any means mean to downplay how challenging it is to do that. I also find this challenging. I'm a business owner, a mom of 2 young kids. I understand how hard it is to carve out the space for yourself. I totally understand. That's why we recommend that you make the quest pack, right? So that if you find those 5 minutes to yourself, you can take them and you can go in the other room, you can go sit in your car, whatever that looks like for you, you can make the space to do that. But knowing, at least knowing what is yours and what is everybody else's is so, so, so powerful and so helpful. Because when you're not able to put yourself first, at least you know what it is that you need. And when you see the time and space, you can grab it because you know it's there, right? You know it's there, and it's there waiting for you. All right, so Expedition to Soul, we have begun. Each day for the next few days, you're going to get your email in the bright early morning hours. You'll have your new video. We've got 2 meditations for you over the next few days. And the meditations, you can listen to them while you're doing your dishes, taking a shower, whatever works for you, right? You don't have to do it any particular way. There's no wrong way to do this. And yeah. So much goodness. And thank you for the compliment on meditations. And I love bringing everybody together. It's so cool. And your 2 meditations, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You just got to make sure you check into the class page every day, because you get 2 this week. And one of the days on being your own best ally, your own greatest ally, is my absolute most favorite day. And it's one of my favorite things to dig into. There is not a tarot prompt for today, though there is a map activity, and you could certainly just pull a couple of cards and ask yourself, what do I need to know about the next 7 days? What do I need to know about reclaiming space for myself? Or something like, what are my strengths in reclaiming space for myself? What are my weaknesses in reclaiming space for myself? And what should I be open to learning about reclaiming space for myself? Those are 3 questions you could ask yourself of your cards, or just journal on, because we all have strengths and weaknesses in every area, right? None of us are perfect. I'm not. Maybe somewhere out there. I am not perfect by any means. Yeah, an archetype card. I love to go through the cards and pick a card intentionally. This is one of the things we talk about with tarot is learning intentionally versus intuitively, or reading intentionally versus intuitively. And of course, you can always just pull cards to read intuitively, but you can also choose a card to intentionally work with. So I love to go through and pick a card and pick one that looks like how I want to be right now, right? Like, okay, I want to feel like this card makes me feel looking at it. And then I'll intentionally work with it for, whatever time period it is, a lunar cycle, or just the 7 days, or just that one day. Maybe I need some extra confidence or something like that. And I'll pull one card and I'm like, okay, I want to be this person, or I want to be this image. I want to resonate with this image. I want my life to feel like this today. And I'll work with one card in that way. So that could be a cool thing to do for the next 7 days as well. Yeah, in the class page, it is in the email that you receive. So check your email. If you didn't get your email, head to your spam or junk folder, because we want to make sure you're getting that. And that's where you'll find the class page. And if you did not sign up for Expedition to Soul, let us know. We can get you the link for that. If you did sign up, you signed up, and you're not finding it in your spam or junk folder, shoot us an email and we will get that to you. And I see Jen's linking up our tarot journal kit, which is it's free. It's a really great way to learn tarot. Tools and prompts and all sorts of good stuff. You can get lost in that for a while. All right. So we are going to gather again tomorrow for probably about the same period of time. I try to keep these live chats for 20 minutes to half an hour because you all have plenty of things to do already. So we're going to gather again tomorrow, and then that is Thursday, and then we'll gather again on Sunday. When we gather live on Sunday, we're going to talk a little bit about the moon signs. That's our day 5. And then we're also going to do a little solstice sort of thing together. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to change it up a little bit if you've done this in the past. And I think that's it for today. If you haven't registered for our shadow work web class, there's a link on your class page for that too, which is also free. And it's a great class, so you can check that out. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I can't wait to hear about your energy reclamation exercises. And if you are in the Facebook group, again, our Expedition to Soul Facebook group, there's a daily thread. We put one up for all 7 days. And if you participate in the thread, we pick one person. At the end of the excursion, we pick one person from each thread to win some kind of giveaway prize, usually some Sisters Enchanted swag and whatever else we put together. So you want to head over there and be sure to share your day 1 findings if you are in the Facebook group. All right, I can tell this is going to be such a great week. I can tell, I feel it in my bones. It's going to be so good. So good. Now I'm going to go warm up, wake my feet up from sitting on the floor. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time at noon Eastern time. And until then, I'm Sarah, the founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and I hope that the rest of your day is exceptionally enchanted, and take care. I don't know how to end this on Instagram. I know how to end it everywhere else. Bye. End.